win the AFC South by beating the Packers on Sunday night. The Packers can clinch the whole entire NFC shooting match with a win tonight, and Seattle losing to the Rams earlier in the day. Take it away, Stacey Dales.
What a game we're in store for, Rich. Two high-octane offenses, but the Packers, the home team, they're going to have their hands full with the #1 scoring offense in football and the NFL's leading rusher. Everything runs through Titans running back Derrick Henry as they come in here today. And in hearing from head coach Matt LaFleur, who, remember, coached him in 2018 as the OC with the Tennessee Titans, had these things to say about him. He runs violently. He's a beast. He runs angrily. I mean, the list goes on and on. He's an elite running back. But the most important thing when it comes to Derrick Henry, outside of him in the backfield, is when he gets the ball in open space. He says you have to squeeze the distance, because when he gets out there in open space, he is a monster and a task to bring down. Right now, we're going to go to Kansas City and Jeff Chadia. Jeff?
Thanks, Stacey. Well, here in Kansas City, there's a lot of excitement about the Chiefs potentially earning that #1 seed for the playoff race. But Patrick Mahomes isn't going to go there just yet. He knows the Chiefs are in really good position right now at 13-1, but he's focusing more on the Falcons and what they have to do today. He realizes that if you start looking too far down the road, you can wind up getting beat. They remember what happened to the New England Patriots last year when they had the #1 seed and got beat by the Dolphins and allowed the Chiefs to actually move into that top spot. They do not want that to happen to them. So head coach Andy Reid's been saying this is all week long. Patrick Mahomes is echoing it. The Chiefs want to focus on what they have to do day to day to day.
MVP chant begins again.
Give that man MVP. You got the moves, they don't want the trick. Put on a show you can't miss.
Oh, Henry, do you want some of that?
Oh, you can. Blow right past you, make you say, oh man.
Mahomes will launch it for the end zone touchdown. Aaron Rodgers.
That thing was right on the money.
Oh my word.
Put on a show you can't miss.
Josh Allen keeps it himself to the corner. Touchdown, Buffalo. Wow.
Put on a show you can't miss, so you better not blink.
Okay, welcome to the Lowe's Home Studio, fellas. It's that time of year now where we're going to talk MVP, right, Irv?
Absolutely.
Who should win the MVP this year?
Well, guys, listen, when we talk MVP, we're talking basically guys that have had plenty of peaks and minimized the valleys. And I like when they commingle with the wins. Not just some guy that's having a great season, himself and his team is not winning. Aaron Rodgers has great peaks, 40 touchdowns, and he's minimized the valleys with only 4 interceptions. Who have we talked about all year, him battling? Russell Wilson, I think he has about 13 interceptions. Even Patrick Mahomes has more interceptions than Aaron Rodgers, and he's winning. So I got Aaron Rodgers right now.
Aaron Rodgers.
Patrick Mahomes has 5 interceptions.
Yeah, one more.
It's amazing.
Big difference.
One more.
40 touchdowns.
40
touchdowns and 4 interceptions is ridiculous.
It's insane.
And I also look at the supporting cast of Aaron Rodgers, right? And again, not that they're bad, but you look at Patrick Mahomes, you got some guys over there. But how about give a little bit of love to Derrick Henry? I know it's a quarterback-driven league, and we are going to throw first, but I mean, this guy's on pace for 1,900 yards, maybe get to 2,000. He got 15 rushing touchdowns. But he is that team. He leads that team. He's a difference maker for that team. And again, it's probably going to go to one of the quarterbacks, and rightfully so. Those guys have been tremendous. But Derrick Henry deserves some love and to be in this conversation as well.
Well, the last time a running back won this MVP was Adrian Peterson, right? He had 2,000 yards. So if Derrick gets 2,000, I say maybe. I'm saying Patrick Mahomes. Come on now. I don't peaks and valleys. He doesn't have any valleys. He's always peaking, all right? This guy leads the league, Irv, in passing yards again, all right? He only needs 538, and he's going to get that magic 5,000 mark. He leads the league in wins. How about wins? Talk about peaks. And so you got those two things. If he just gets 15-1 and 5,000, that's what he had when he won the MVP last time in 2018.
And it's so tough because I think everybody would make the argument Patrick Mahomes is the best player in the league. But does that mean the MVP or the best season? Or how does that play?
And don't penalize him because he has a good supporting cast.
That's a great supporting cast.
Trust
you
me,
had a good supporting cast, too.
I'm not going to get mad at him for having a good supporting cast. I'm just trying to make an argument here.
Right now. And Aaron Rodgers campaigning, too, so give the man some help.
Yes. All right, he might win it. He might win it. He's won it twice already. All right, let's send it over to Tom Pelissero in Baltimore.
I'm with you, Aaron.
Actually, I got that. Hold on a second, Steve. I appreciate that. Before we throw it to Tom, we just want to hit the memory lane button, unfortunately, for you Giants Giants fans with the Ravens and Giants connecting. Remember your old Super Bowl 35, Kerry Collins picked off 4 times. Our buddy Trent Dilfer hoisted the Lombardi Trophy. Ray Lewis was your MVP that day. A rematch of Super Bowl 35 today in Balmer, where we find Tom Pelissero now.
Rich, the playoffs are within reach for both these teams, but they both would need some help. The Ravens still stand 8th in the top-heavy AFC, 1 spot out of the postseason picture. For the Giants, a win today, plus a Washington loss to Carolina, would move them into first place in the NFC East, while the Giants' loss plus a Washington win would eliminate New York. They will have their quarterback, Daniel Jones, who's listed as questionable with ankle and hamstring injuries. I'm told his energy is back. He's good to go. Giants also will have offensive coordinator Jason Garrett, who was cleared to travel on the team train yesterday and will call plays after missing last week's game after a positive test for COVID-19. Rich?
Tom, great thanks. It's now time to pick 6 games with Cynthia Freeland, starting with this game. Who do you have winning in Baltimore?
Big 10-point win for the Ravens in this one. Lamar Jackson is going to have 227 passing yards, 2 touchdowns a pick, 55 on the ground, and a rushing touchdown, which makes him quarterback 2 of anyone that's left for the weekend.
Okay. Washington and Carolina, you have this being
a nice...
Pardon me. We jumped the gun right here. Washington and the Panthers. We have you have Washington winning that game by 3, huh?
I do.
Okay.
All right, we're good.
Very well. Well, actually, if you put that all together,
what do you got?
Yeah,
ding dong.
Right, exactly. You have actually the NFC East going to the Washington football team. Okay, next up right here on the board, you have the Eagles, and you've got now the Browns and the Jets. Who do you have in this one?
This one became closer than it was originally slated to be due to all of those missing receivers. So if you have any of them in fantasy, get them out, slide them in, get it all fixed right now. 23-18 is the new final score. Just take Nick Chubb and be happy about it. You could also consider Kareem Hunt. I've got Nick Chubb with almost 100 rushing yards, a touchdown, 2 receptions, and 15 through the air.
He's going to be a busy bee later on today. Houston and Cincinnati, you have?
I have the Texans winning this one. A pretty big margin considering kind of neither of these teams have too much to play for. But Deshaun Watson, he's going to show up big. 268 in the air, another 35 on the ground, 2 touchdowns and a pick. And also another rushing touchdown. That makes him quarterback number 3.
Also wearing Clemson colors coming to work today right there. Houston against Cincinnati. And then Kansas City, you have this one as an easy one, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know about easy, right? Maybe they're not all easy, but a 10-point win in this matchup. We already told you how good Patrick Mahomes is going to be, and I think he has another one of those, jet sweep type things. And if you look to see 292 total in the air, 3 passing touchdowns and 31 on the ground.
QB1 on your list going into today, as you said, if everybody else is available. So that's Cynthia Freeland's Pick 6 right here on NFL Game Day morning. That's topped with this big game in the afternoon. What do you have?
I've got 23-26 in this one. I know that it seems a little strange, but this is still an upset. Or not an upset. It's still not going to be an upset. 4 receptions, 62 yards for DK Metcalf against Jalen Ramsey in this one.
Okay, so that's Cynthia Freeland's Pick 6 later on. Lock of the week, upset of the week, and so much more. Santa Mooch, I believe, has just come down the chimney.
Ooh.
Ho, ho, ho! It's that time of year. Santa Mooch is here. Michael, have you been good this year? Yes, Santa Mooch. I promise I've been very good, on my best behavior. I mean, I have been stuck in the house all year. Well, don't you worry, Michael. I've got something really nice for you. As for those other 2 bozos, well, stick around. Santa Mooch is next.
Lowe's Home Studio is brought to you by Lowe's. We put the home in home.